All right, so today Christina and I were going to install a Ritchie Navigator 2000. Part number BN-202. Oh no, I'm sorry. Part number NV-0074. Okay, this is it right here. We got it for, it says $100, but we paid about $60 for it. Brand new, unused, in a beat-up box. Been kind of examining the instructions here, and as opposed to cutting a 5.75 inch diameter hole, we're going to cut a 4-inch diameter hole and then go ahead and use a Dremel to kind of take out the excess fiberglass where it needs to be removed. There's some down here at the bottom due to this dealie that's going to have to be removed, and there's also some at the top. You can see it's not entirely flush. Yeah, right up there where she's pointing. So, you know, that way we get the smallest hole possible. We hate putting big holes in the boat, but that's how we're going to do it. And this is getting done on SV Rad Mode, which is a Westsail 32 kit boat that was never completed. Okay, and this right here is where it's going to go. Lucky for us, the outside diameter of that compass is 7 inches. And so is this platform. It's exactly 7 inches, so it should fit perfectly with the exception of one thing, and that's this part right here, the bottom of the compass. It's got that little box shape that comes down, so we're going to take the Dremel and Dremel that all out, and then fiberglass back over it from the inside, and then fair it from the outside so it looks good. Okay, so that's what we're going to do today. Real quick, this isn't a how-to. This is our installation of this. We're not pros, so hopefully, if you by watching this video, you can kind of do a dry run through your own brain and maybe see some mistakes that we might make, and maybe learn something that'll help your own installation go better. Okay, we're still new at this boat building business. So we are liveaboards, so Christina taped a bag over the back of the hole to keep fiberglass dust out of the galley. So we're going to do a pilot hole. This is the same diameter as the drill bit on the hole saw. Okay. And thanks to Westsail for tapping a little hole right here in the center line of this thing. Now I do have to drill this at an angle. The hole saw, oops, is going to go through at an angle here. And that's it. As you can see, there wasn't a whole bunch of fiberglass there. It's probably about 3/16 of an inch. All right, now for the scary part. That's gonna be hard to do. This bit is not. Let's see. This thing's got to be at a steep angle. I don't think we're quite there. That's all right. It's not thick fiberglass. Okay. You really should wear a mask when you're doing this. I just forgot to put mine on. Okay, so cut out our 4-inch hole saw, and it's in the perfect spot pretty much.
Yeah, the gasket.
Yeah, here's the gasket that Ritchie supplied. I'm not sure about, I mean, I'm guessing this is some kind of closed cell foam gasket. I've got half of mine to use polysulfide instead, but I think we'll just go with what Ritchie's hooked us up here with, and if that doesn't work, if it starts leaking in the future, we'll just take it off and polysulfide it. Using our Dremel and some sanding bits, I began enlarging the hole where it needed it. It was quite a time-consuming process, and in hindsight, we kind of wished we'd have just used the 5.75 inch hole saw recommended by Ritchie. All right, it fits. We got it. It's finally in there. Take this damn stuff off now.
So now we got the hole drilled out exactly how we want it. I'm cleaning it. We epoxy it so we can fill in here.
We decided that a 2-part epoxy that's set up pretty quick would be sufficient to patch this hole instead of glassing it over, since it wasn't really going to be load bearing. It should work just fine. Christina mixed up some PC11 and covered the hole up. Alright, we're going to wait for that epoxy to cure and run to town and get the bolts to put the compass in. We're going to through bolt it.
Yeah, it doesn't come with them, but they recommend nut and washer with screws.
Yeah, okay. So that's what we're going with. We want to get it on, and we don't want to have to worry about looking back behind it again for 20 years. So we're going to do it right, and then cover it up from the inside and be done with it. All right, epoxy's almost cured. We took a little break. But we're back here to go ahead and line the compass up and drill the holes for the bolts. Okay? We wanted to make sure our clinometer lined up well. So what we did was we set a level up here on top of the boat, and we found that if Christina goes and stands up there, okay, and I sit right here in front of the compass, we can line this sucker up. So I'm going to go ahead and drill these holes. Oh, don't drop that. Alright, we got the holes drilled out to mount the compass. This epoxy is set up here, so I'm going to go ahead and hand sand that down. Alright, sanding is complete here. Basically, I sanded down all the rough stuff. Most of this isn't going to be visible. It's going to be behind this little bottom piece here of the compass. And then I used 120 grit to hand sand, and then 220 to kind of sand out any rough turns on the gel coat here. And usually we patch our gel coat with gel coat and then sand it and clean it up. But in this specific instance, since this is not really going to be very visible, we're going to wait until we paint the boat, because we are going to be painting it. And then we'll just tape the compass off and paint down in here and get all that colored, this same color. We're going to use Hatteras. So let's get this thing on there.
So the epoxy came through a little bit, but that's okay. I'm just going to sand that down, and then we're going to end up putting like a teak box around it anyway.
So Ace Hardware had the bolts, the washers, and the nylon locking nuts that we decided to use. And we always buy one extra of these small things like this. Big stuff's a lot more expensive, obviously, if you got to buy it at West Marine or something like that. But we usually buy one extra of each, then we have it around, or in case we drop one off the boat, which does happen occasionally. Or then we got another one, we don't have to wait around. Bolts through. A big day. I'm gonna go upper right first, okay? You're my right. Go ahead. All right, that includes our installation of the compass. We're not doing the wiring right now. We don't have our electrical panel installed, but we'll probably hook it up to the running lights. And is there anything I forgot, or? We did it. Easy, quick
One more
install.
thing off the boat.
One more thing off the boat and on it. Pretty trouble-free and easy, right? Wrong. So we screwed up on something, and that's probably the reason that they suggest using a 5.75-inch hole saw. At the bottom of the compass, on the backside, the side going against the bulkhead, there's like a little brass thing that sticks out and keeps it from mounting flush unless you kind of Dremel out the fiberglass back there. And what you don't see in the video was that when we tightened that compass down, we didn't realize it till after we were done filming, but it actually cracked a bit of the plastic on the compass case because it wasn't flush. Okay, now we took it back off, and I'm glad we didn't videotape it because it had been filled with expletives. You know, I was pretty pissed off. But we went ahead and Dremeled that out and then remounted the compass, and it's fine. We're going to go ahead and treat the cracks with epoxy, so it should be fine, right, honey?
Yeah. The bigger hole saw would have been faster, we found out, and also that Ritchie compass plastic is very thin and brittle.
Yeah.
So that was a little disappointing.
Yeah, not super durable, you know,
No.
for we didn't pay much for that compass, but if we'd have bought it brand new, I'd have been a lot more pissed.
Yeah, we got a nautical swap. So, and now we're seeing why. But that's okay. It's not going to affect the function of it. Just a little disappointing in Ritchie's product right at the moment.
Yeah, that it cracked so easily. But I mean, then again, you know, our fault that it wasn't flush mounted the first time. So, you know.
So when you go to install your own compass, there's a note that there's no room for error.
Yeah, just maybe using the recommended hole saw might be the best way of doing it. All right, well, that's it. We hope you guys enjoyed the video. We're probably going to start doing more of these videos about what we're doing on the boat. And like I said in this video, not as a how-to, but kind of more as like a quick look that you can take at what we're going to do and hopefully keep from making some of the errors that we're going to make. All right, so that's it. If you liked it, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel and check out some of our other stuff. Thanks a lot.